Microphone check.
You're at 109 right now.
Come on in, people, and listen to this one. This is something that I just discovered seconds ago. Seconds ago, this just happened. I'm sitting at home, sipping on Jack and Coke, Jack Daniels and Coke. Now, the reason why I'm sipping on Jack and Coke is because I'm fascinated with the story of Nearest Green and Jack Daniel. I have the book written by Fawn Weaver. I have that book now. I've been reading that book. I'm at chapter 5 now. I'm taking my time with it. It's not a difficult read, but for some reason I just I sit, I read, and then I guess I get bored. But let me not, you know, go off on a tangent. I'm here to tell you about 109.
You're at 109 right now.
But I'm also here to tell you about Jean Michel Basquiat. I always talk about Basquiat. I always talk about 109. But I just discovered something. And it's so important. I have to tell you right now. Okay, so here's the thing. I've been talking about one work of art. That work of art was created by Jean Michel Basquiat. My contention is that Jean Michel Basquiat created a work of art in which he drew Ermias Askedam or Nipsey Hussle. And I say that it is Nipsey, even though the painting does not look like Nipsey. If you were to look at it blindly, coldly, what I'm saying is there's a male figure in the picture. And I'm saying that's Nipsey. The reason why I'm saying that is because I found a picture of Nipsey that reminds me of the painting. And so when I look at the picture and the painting side by side, I'm like, look, these are elements in the picture that are also in the painting, or rather, these are elements in the painting that are also in the picture. And then what's more is that I'm talking about Nipsey's life and his story. And I'm telling you, there are connections, like real life experiences, real life connections between Nipsey Hussle and this painting by Jean Michel Basquiat. Now, the painting, the statement that the painting is of Nipsey Hussle, well, I'm sure that's going to be very difficult for anyone to believe because the painting was created before Nipsey was even born. So then the story goes, well, if the painting is of Nipsey before he was born, then how does that even work? Or rather, some people would just say, well, that's BS because that's impossible, so therefore nothing. But the answer to that question is a premonition. The painting was created before Nipsey was born because the painting is a premonition of what is to come, Nipsey. I know it's still difficult. It's still difficult to hear that and to go along with it. I know, but hear me out.
You're at 109 right now.
So I don't want to get too far into it. One second here. All right, so the numbers and all that stuff are working on me. So when I started this recording, it was before 11:05. I think 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes have passed 11:05. So 11:09 has come and gone. It's now 11:11. They say make a wish at those times, 11:11. But again, my story is about 10:09. But 11:09 would also be, you know, a moment, a 10:09 moment. Okay, let me take a sip of this Jack Coke for a second. Oh yeah. All right, so um usually when I'm recording, my wife sends me messages. That's her at 11:11. Yes. Yep. That's her. Mm-hmm. Sorry, folks. It's okay. All right, so the news that I wanted to share with you, the news that is so important that I must share with you is this, right? The painting by Jean Michel Basquiat contains connections to Nipsey, connections to everything that I'm talking about. It's all right there in the work of art, and it's unbelievable. That's my wife again, sending me a message. She's sending me more messages. I don't know where. So I'm supposed to go kayaking tomorrow. I wanted to do this. I have a kayak. I own a kayak, but I'm also scared to just launch from off of the beach for fear that someone will either stop me or I'll look silly or I'll embarrass myself and all that. And I need to muster the courage, one, but I also would like my wife to be there for support. So that's what the conversation is about. So I'm just trying to figure out if she's going to be with me or if I have to do this crazy thing that I'm thinking of doing alone and possibly embarrass myself in the process. Or actually, no, I think it'll be great. I think it'll be, you know, it'll probably be no big deal. But it's also um, all right. So anyway, what am I saying? Everything that about Nipsey's life is in this painting. Before the painting was even created, everything. Everything that I'm talking about, everything that I want to communicate to the public, to just let them know, hey man, there's something about about this painting. There's something about this doggone painting, okay? Yeah, there's something about the painting. And everything links to Nipsey in a very clear, concise manner. It's like, dude, it's all right in front of you. It's bizarre. So, how does this even work? How does this happen? How does this happen, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm able to read all of these things into there, into the painting? Am I doing too much? Am I obsessed with this painting? Am I like I don't get it, y'all. I really don't get it because everything is right there. It's right there. I wonder if you can read if what I'm doing is I wonder if what I'm doing is something that is just that can be done with like so many things. I mean, there are like connections and numbers and all of this that could explain a conspiracy, what like Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, and the guy who killed Kennedy. Like, did you ever hear about that thing? Like someone sat down and looked at the number of letters in their names. They matched. Then the person who it was like Lincoln. Lincoln was killed in um yeah, Lincoln was killed in a booth by a man named Booth. Kennedy was killed by a Lee Harvey Oswald, and there was something else. It just goes back and forth. It's like Lee, Kennedy, Kennedy, Lee, Booth, Lincoln, Lincoln, Booth, like a whole sort of like wow, these historic events they match. There's something that's going on. There's something that's interesting. I don't know. I forgot all that kind of stuff, but it's true. So someone had to sit down and think about the Lincoln and Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy stuff. So I guess I'm the person who's sitting down looking at the Nipsey Hussle, Jean Michel Basquiat connection or what have you, in this one painting and what have you. So what did I want to tell you? I wanted to tell you everything that I'm talking about at this moment right now. Pretty much all the information, all the ideals, the book that I wrote, the poem that I wrote, everything coalesced. It came together. It came to fruition when I was in the country of Oman. The country of Oman. That's where I was. It was 2019 when this happened, and I saw everything clearly. And since then, I've tried to communicate everything through my podcast, everything through my YouTube channel, everything. Everything is everything. So, what then do I have to tell you? I want to tell you that even in the painting that Jean Michel did before Nipsey Hussle was born, that I claim is directly connected to Nipsey Hussle and his life, because everything, like all of the details that are mentioned, are also related to Nipsey Hussle and his life. Okay. In addition to saying that, in addition to bringing that information to you, I want to tell you that the name of the country where all of these ideas came to me, the name of that country is Oman. That the name of that country is also in this work of art by Jean Michel Basquiat. And I didn't even know. It didn't even dawn on me until just tonight as I'm sipping on the Jack and Coke, a little tipsy. I happened to lean over and stare at the work of art. And I was staring at the word dipsomania. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Think about that. Think about what is happening in that moment, guys. I'm staring at the word dipsomania and I'm sipping on Jack and Coke. Ladies and gentlemen, go to your Google searches, go to the dictionary, crack open the dictionary, go to Google search and search for the word dipsomania, Dipsomania, dipsomania. What does it mean? As I take another sip of my Jack and Coke, dipsomania means like alcoholic. Let me go to Google right now and pull it up. Let me see. Dipsomania, it means alcoholism, specifically in a form characterized by intermittent bouts of craving for alcohol. Dipsomania, bro. Wow. Dipsomaniac. It says first, an alcoholic patient becomes insane because he drinks a dipsomania. He drinks. A dipsomaniac is insane before he commences to drink. Second, alcoholism is an intoxication which has as its cause alcohol. Dipsomania has its cause in a defective mental condition, and alcohol is but a secondary factor which may be replaced by any other which may be where is that? First, an alcohol, which, as it's called, alcohol. Dipsomania has its cause in a defective mental condition, and alcohol is but a secondary factor which may be replaced by any other poison, leaving to the syndrome all its psychological characters. Hmm. Oh, Lord. I don't drink a lot. I don't. I don't even want to suggest or even think or even imply that I'm a dipsomaniac. No. Third, dipsomania proceeds in paroxysmal attacks, and the appetite for strong drink is absent during the intervals between the attacks. Alcoholism has no definite course. Fourth, a dipsomaniac satisfies a pathological and imperious want. He does not like alcohol and takes it against his will, whereas an alcoholic individual has no actual want He only obeys a vice, a proclivity, and an alteration of his moral sense. Fifth, a dipsomaniac is conscious and ashamed of his condition, whereas an alcoholic is sometimes unaware of, but more often indifferent to it. Finally, he concluded that dipsomania is a syndrome, always identical with itself, whilst alcoholism is an intoxication varying much in its clinical symptoms. All of that was taken from Wikipedia. It says it was these ideas were introduced in 1892 by the influential English physician and mental health expert Daniel Hack Tukey. Man, whatever. The point is, y'all, to spell dipsomania, you can't spell dipsomania without Oman. Oman is right there in the word. It's been staring at me all of this time. And I was in Oman when all of these ideas coalesced, when they came together, when my story came to fruition, when I said, I understand what's going on. Can you imagine if Basquiat had not written Dipsomania in the work? And it's just unbelievably coincidental that I'm sipping on Jack Coke as I'm reading the word dipsomania on this work. Just like that's wild. But can you imagine if Basquiat never used dipsomania and maybe wrote alcohol, alcoholism, alcoholic or something or some other word? Like that the fact that he wrote dipsomania in there is just like mwah. Like this work is just a crazy piece of coincidence for me, serendipitous, you know, findings. It's just bizarre. So you probably are new to my channel, new to the podcast, but the point here is everything is in this work of art, y'all. Like every 2019 is the year where everything is in it. Now, of course, in the work of art, he has the number 2004. He doesn't have 2019, which would really be like, wait a minute. He even wrote the perfect year. He matched it with in like that. No, 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 no. I don't know. It's still, it's wild. It's wild, y'all. But Oman is right there in the work. I'll just leave it at that. That's what I wanted to tell you because as I was sipping my Jack and Coke, I was staring at the word dipsomania, and then as I'm looking at the word, I was like, there's Oman right there. And I'm like, how bizarre. Oman is where the ideas for, 109 came from. It was in Oman. And there it is in the word. And then I'm drinking Jack and Coke, and then the word means alcoholic, or it means, something related to alcohol. It's just like, that's crazy. It's 2024. I wrote 109 in 2019 when I was in Oman. And yeah, the more I look at this work of art, like the more things just pop out. Like the more things that are already there. They've always been there, but now they just like they mean not only something to me, but then everything about the story that I'm telling, it also means that as well. There's parts of it like there it is right there. That's a connection to exactly what you're talking about. Like, wow. Peace and blessings. I'm out. This is IC 109.
You're at 109 right now.